Well, Israel has struck a target in Beirut this morning, a building hit with a precision strike, which led to a huge column of smoke rising into the air as we approach 1 o'clock in the morning. The IDF, meanwhile, continues its battles with Hezbollah forces on the ground in the south of the country. It reports 8 of its soldiers were killed overnight. Joining us live is the former Israeli National Security Advisor and head of Israel's National Security Council, Eyal Hulata. Thank you for your time this morning. Just on that last point, a thought, if you wouldn't mind, on the deaths of those Israeli soldiers.
Yeah, so Israel unfortunately lost 8 soldiers this morning in an attack in southern Lebanon while they were moving within infrastructure that Hezbollah has placed right on the border to prepare for an assault and penetration into Israeli communities in a future war. I happen to know one of those personally. It's a very painful day in Israel. The fact that it is in the eve of Rosh Hashanah, over the Jewish New Year, is particularly painful. But this is the condition Israel is in for the last almost year in Gaza, now also in Lebanon. And my hope is that we can reach a proper ending to those wars soon and continue in building rather than in fighting.
Okay, you're in the United States, Eyal, and Israel was warned overnight that it won't have America's support if it strikes Iran's nuclear sites. Now, you have had American help over the past few days, so how will Joe Biden's comments shape your decision when it comes to revenge or retaliation?
Well, first, I wouldn't call it revenge. I think it's important, Pete, to make everyone understand Iran has fired 200 ballistic missiles on Israel the night before last. The fact that there were no casualties is just because we get very good air defenses and also a good alliance with the Americans who participated in this defensive effort. If it weren't for those defensive measures that Israel has built for over many, many years, we would have suffered severe casualties. This is not about revenge. This is about ensuring that Iran understands that they cannot just decide to fire hundreds of rockets or missiles, ballistic missiles, long-range ballistic missiles on Israel unprovokedly. Israel did not attack Iran. Israel is going after the proxies of Iran, in fact, both in Gaza and in Lebanon. And this is the sole purpose of this. Now, when you mentioned the Iranian nuclear program, the Iranian nuclear program is as close as it can get to weaponization. This is very disturbing for Israel. This should be very disturbing for the United States of America and for the entire Western world. In fact, I think it should be disturbing also for China and Russia with their close alliance to Iran. I must say, I don't expect Israel to attack the Iranian nuclear program right now. This calls for a lot of preparations. But I do expect Israel to attack on Iran and to ensure that they understand that they cannot just decide.
Yeah, so what installations would you hit on that note that would send a message that would hurt, which was the claim that was made at the UN yesterday by your ambassador? Yeah,
so with your permission, I won't get into the specifics. The government is in deliberations over this. But if I may, I can just give as an example. The last time Iran fired about 300 projectiles in Israel, back in April, Israel decided to respond very symbolically, I will say. And we attacked with a single missile one of their air defense capabilities, just to demonstrate for them that they cannot penetrate our air defense, but we can attack any point in Iran if we so wish. I would believe that this will also be on the government, among the options that the government will need to decide upon when they select the proper target to hit.
When? Rough time frame? Days, weeks, months. We know Israel can play the long game.
Yeah, well, Israel should play the long game. I think what's more important is to succeed in what we do rather than to act hastily. I wish Iran wouldn't do this, Pete. I think Iran made a terrible mistake in joining this. I know that it's very frustrating for them to see that we're actually effective in what we're doing in Lebanon over the last couple of weeks, even though we lost soldiers, and I hope that this will come to an end. This is very frustrating to Iran. They've been for years, they've built this proxy, this ring of fire around us, so they can get this defense rather than attack us ourselves. This is the situation Israel is in. And I just want to wish for the new Jewish year that it will be a better year and that this fighting will end and Israel can continue to prosper.
Eyal, appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.